with Drake and Kendrick's beef heading towards heat levels only seen in the 90s. Today, we're diving headfirst into the world of rap beefs. And we're starting with the king of controversy himself, Drake. From fiery diss tracks to social media shade, Drake has been in more beefs than a steakhouse. Strap in, 'cause this ride's gonna get bumpy. Starting us off, number 10. Let's kick things off with the beef that had more heat than a summer BBQ, Drakey Pooh vs. Meeky Mill. Meek Mill accused Drake of using ghostwriters, and Drake came back swinging with Charged Up and Back to Back, the tracks that had Meek wishing he stayed asleep. It seems that Meek Mill and Mike Rubin were having too much fun on the jet to pay any attention to Drake. But hey, at least Meek gave us one thing: the ability to order a burger with extra beef and call it a Meek Mill. Moving on to our next spot, number 9. Next up, we've got Drake and Pusha T in a beef so hot you think we were cooking burgers. Pusha T threw the first punch with infrared, but Drake wasn't about to take that lying down. Cue Duppy Freestyle, where Drake roasted Pusha like a Thanksgiving turkey. Then Pusha hit back with The Story of Adidon, where he spilled more tea than a clumsy waiter. Seriously, even Drake was like, "Damn, too, that's cold." Now for our next spot at number 8. Now let's throw it back to 2012 when Drake faced off against Common, and things got more heated than a sauna in July. Common took aim at Drake's emotional side, but Drake wasn't about to shed any tears. Instead, he hit back with Stay Schemin', leaving Common feeling more irrelevant than a reply-all email. Common's name has practically faded out of existence, making it funny that it's not so common to hear his name anymore. See what I did there? With the destruction of our last T-Bone. Let's move on to number 7. When it comes to beef, sometimes it's not just about the bars, it's about the love triangle. Enter Drake and Tyga. Tyga wasn't too happy about Drake cozying up to Kylie Jenner, but Drake wasn't losing sleep over it. Instead, he dropped diss tracks like bombs, leaving Tyga looking more shook than a bottle of soda. Now, Kylie has gotten her rounds in with multiple rappers and artists since then, but that's a topic for another video. Speaking of beefs with husbands of the Illuminati's favorite dolls, let's move on to the next spot, number 6. Drake and Kanye West, two giants of the rap game. But when these titans clashed, it was more like Godzilla versus King Kong. Moving into the second half of the video with number 5. Drake wasn't too thrilled about Kanye's involvement in Pusha T's diss track, and let's just say their friendship went from watch the throne to watch your back. Kanye took the dub in this one, though, as he is the better rapper. Like if you agree. Into the second half of the video with number 5. Sometimes beef gets personal, and that's exactly what happened when Drake and Kid Cudi went head-to-head. The beef started when Cudi dropped a handful of disrespectful tweets to the king of hip-hop. Drake wasn't about to let Kid Cudi's Twitter fingers go unchecked. He fired back with 2 birds, 1 stone, leaving Cudi looking more like a gold bar in a coal mine. Number 4. Even maniacs aren't immune to a little beef, as Drake found out when he crossed paths with Ludacris. Ludacris wasn't too thrilled about Drake stealing his thunder, but Drake wasn't about to apologize for being the GOAT. Let's just say Luda learned the hard way. You mess with the bull, you get the horns. It's honestly ludicrous how his name has faded from the spotlight. Ha 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 ha, see what I did there again? Now heading towards the closing of this video. Number 3. When it comes to rap beefs, Joe Budden isn't one to hold back. Just ask Drake. Joe Budden would criticize Drake on a podcast back in 2016. Joe Budden had a bone to pick with Drake, but Drake wasn't about to let him play judge and jury. Cue the diss tracks, the Twitter shade, and the drama hotter than a Real Housewives reunion. Now second to last with number 2. Drake and Tory Lanez, 2 Canadian crooners, one beef for the ages. Tory Lanez began the beef by dropping some disses on Drake back in 2015 in a few tracks that year. Tory Lanez wasn't about to let Drake hog the spotlight, but Drake wasn't about to let him steal his shine. Cue the shots fired, the Twitter fingers, and the drama so juicy, it belongs in a telenovela. Now last but not least, number 1. Our final showdown takes us to a clash between Drake and the late XXXTentacion. a feud that had fans buzzing. XXXTentacion accused Drake of stealing his flow, but Drake wasn't about to let him rain on his parade. Let's just say XXXTentacion learned the hard way. You mess with the sixth god, you get smited. With many fans theorizing that Drake may have had something to do with the late rapper's untimely demise. Bye-bye now.